Hello, I'm Jash, kids, and welcome to another episode of Jash Reads, this time of Chapter 27 from Animorphs #1 The Invasion by K. Applegate. I don't know. We ran. Exhausted and burned and terrified, we ran. Fisher 3 had made one mistake. It was too large and his morph to follow us much farther up the stairs. I heard Fisher 3 yell something as we finally got away. He said, "I'll kill you all." And lights. "Run away, it doesn't matter. I'll kill you." Actually, I think it did matter. We hadn't exactly destroyed Fisher 3, but we had come out of it alive. We Animorphs. The final count was exactly one human freed. The woman who rode Cassie's back up out of that hellish pit. And Cassie had gotten away clean. It had been the suspicious controller policeman who had grabbed her. He was the only controller to know her name, where she lived, and that she had been spying on the sharing. Cassie said we didn't have to worry about him anymore. She didn't want to talk about what had happened to him. As for Tom, my brother, Tom was not freed. I was lying in my own bed, shaking and shivering and crying from the after effects of terror when I heard him come home later that night. He never knew that I was the tiger. He never knew how close I had come to freeing him. It was a controller again. The yerk was in his head once more. Cassie and Marco and Rachel and I had all made it up those stairs. We had emerged into the hallway of a school that would never seem the same again to us. And Tobias, he survived too. It was almost morning when I was awakened from dead sleep by feathery beating on my window. I opened it, and Tobias flew in. "You made it," I said. "Oh man, you had me scared. I figured you were still trapped down there. I thought you could probably find somewhere to hide in that cavern, but I knew you'd been morphed for a long time. I was worried you wouldn't be able to morph back without getting caught. It's good to see you." "Good to see you too, Jake," he said. "How are the others?" "Alive," I said. "Alive." Alive, I guess that's all that matters. Yes, that is all that matters. "Come on, Tobias," I said. "Morph back. You can stay here. I'll even let you have the bed. I could sleep on nails. I'm so tired." He didn't say anything. And I guess in my heart I'd known it all along. I just didn't want to admit it. "Come on, Tobias," I said again. "Morph back." "Jake, just come on, back to human now, too. No more flying tonight. I hid in the cavern for a while, he said. They didn't see me, but I had to stay outside till I could get out. Jake, it took too long. Too long. More than 2 hours. I just stared at him, at his laser-focused eyes, at his wicked beak and sharp talons, and at his wings, at the broad, powerful wings that let him fly. I guess this is me from now on, Tobias said. I knew there were tears falling down my cheeks, but I didn't care anymore. It's okay, Jake. Like you said, we're alive. I went to the window and looked up at the stars. Somewhere up there, around one of those cold, twinkling stars, was the Andalite homeworld. Somewhere up there was hope. They'll come, Tobias said. The Andalites will come. And until then, I nodded and wiped away my tears. Yeah, I said, until then, we fight. And that is the end of the first Animorphs book. You can see all the happiness, and so what's like happened in this book, it's been, I mean, that your pool scene, you know, Jake figuring out that Tom's a controller, Alfangor dying within the first few chapters. So yeah, we finally got that book all read. But this dramatic reading is not all over yet. Next week, or the week when I can do the recording, I don't know where I will actually be next week, if I'll be home, if I'll be visiting my fiance, But next time I do an episode, it will be the outro, where I will list 5 things that really stood out to me. Now, I'm not doing like the 5 best things or 5 worst things, because in the future, or possibly next book, will be something crappy. So, you know, I think just 5 really noticeable things will be best. Very neutral. Then after the top 5 things I noticed, there will then be the blooper reel put into full, so you can just watch it in one continuous take. And then there will finally be the announcement on the final book. Now, I've sort of narrowed it down to a few books, so if you want to comment below and have your own opinions voiced on what the next reading should be, I'm thinking of Mockingjay by Susan Collins, because the movie is coming out. I'm also sort of considering The Host by Stephanie Meyer, just because it is my most loathed book, and the whole reason I'm actually blogging today, it got me that pissed off. So comment below, and if you also want to suggest any other books for next reading, I'm also thinking maybe Red Dragon by Thomas Harris or Cujo by Stephen King. Like, you just comment below on those 4 books and just sort of give me an idea of why you would want certain books, though whichever book you choose. Now, whether you choose Mockingjay because, oh my god, I really enjoy the Hunger Games series and I'm really excited for the upcoming movie, or like, do The Host because we want to see you torture yourself. So it's like, I sort of want some fan involvement a little bit. And if you do want to comment about this chapter, this final chapter, please comment below. Just remember, no major spoilers. So something like, well, number 3 is a really sad Tobias book, you know, without going into details. Like, just saying it's a sad Tobias book, or like, hey, the storyline number 33 for Tobias was really depressing for me, without specifying what you mean. No, okay, but if you're going to say, oh, this character died, and like the Elemis is big, you know, enemy is such and such, it's no, let's save those till later. And I will have approved comments on, so if I think your comment is spoilery, then I'll just delete, I'll just not have it done. And if you don't see your comment within a few days after you post it, just contact me. And if you're wondering about the whole spoiler thing, I'm hoping that maybe people will get into this Animorphs fandoms through these, little dramatic readings. And the bloopers should be released a little later. And if you do want to read the book on your own, just like, remember, this is only a little adaptation. I'm deciding when to do inflections. I decide like how to read it, how to sort it, and therefore how to present it. So if you want to read the source material yourself, if you're watching on the YouTubes, the link is in the description, and if you're watching this on my blog, the link is at the bottom of the post. Hey, sorry. And this is the time of the episode where if you drink, get your favorite alcohol and pour a shot. If you don't drink for whatever reason, to drink some water or some milk or something healthy. I'm, of course, drinking sake. Sake is awesome. It's like I guess it's not for everyone, but I myself, I prefer drinking, alcohol that I can taste going down, so I know when I have had enough, because those of you who drink know that there are these really tasty alcoholic drinks that sort of lie to you about how drunk you actually are, and you regret it. And here's to the book being finished, and see you next time. And if you're wondering about the Animorphs movie, it is not being made. Michael Grant finally made a post about it, basically saying there was some truth to it, but the main truth that everyone was getting on about was like, is there an Animorphs movie being made? An Animorphs movie is not being made. Has it been discussed in the past? Will it be discussed in the future? Maybe, but not right now. Right now it is not coming out. Sorry, all you Animorphs. Here's to one day having a good Animorphs adaptation. And until next time, goodbye.